What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel here for the highly anticipated Jigsaw Adventure part 2 of our Sea Temple base. Sorry if you can hear it in my voice, I'm a little congested, getting over being sick. So just bear with me. Gonna have to make some pauses in this video to be able to, get some water, blow my nose, yada yada yada. But here we are, basically, just another day of work being sick. So where we left off, we had the monument itself inside drained and sculpted out. So if you can't tell, clearly this is not what it looked like. So what we did off screen, as you can tell, I have all these status effects. We got our beacons built for said base. Unironically, I found that thankfully I only did it 50 wide out because that's the radius of a beacon. Since I have 4, if I hit to the very corners, I'll lose that status effect. But as long as I stay along the walls, I am within the range of those status effects. So we got it, the cyan glass tinted, just to match the overall aesthetic of the ocean monument. We also got cyan sea lanterns throughout, replaced the OG ones with cyan as well, and went through. So we're gonna leave some of the landscaping. As you can tell, you can't see the ocean. If I were to go out there, which physically I have no way of doing, no, that's not true. I think my elytra's in my box. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. All right, let me show you real quick. I was like, oh, I have no way of doing that. So if I were to go through this and mine all of this out, it would take some time. So from the looks of it, this side isn't too bad. It wouldn't be terrible. But when you look at some of the other sides that I left, where you are looking at the wall itself. So this side, for example. Oh my God, whoops. Yeah, that's just ocean, and I would have to mine all of that out to do it. So we're not gonna worry about that. So you're not gonna be able to see the ocean all the way throughout the glass, but it looks nice. Along the edges, as you can tell, we went through and added in quartz underneath all the glass. And instead of that black rimmed, black rimmed, whatever it's called, glass. Let me see, actually. I can look up what it's called, I think. Dark trimmed glass. So I chose to go with copper trimmed instead. Thankfully, I found a use for all my copper, but I thought it would look so much nicer than the black trimmed. Now mind you, there was a lot of extra copper I had to get, but it was definitely worth it. So you look at it from the outside, you can kind of see how nice everything looks together. We got the quartz rimmed underneath as like the support beam, and everything down here is filled with grass. Now, the plan for said base is to get villagers here, build some houses along the edges that don't have any landscaping, but we're gonna leave this, probably put some cactuses and stuff like that. Not exactly sure what else we'll do. This corner though, I did go through and already modify, added in a couple trees, and gave it some landscaping. Got these golden leaves. Honestly, don't even know where I got those. They're part of my furniture pack. I'd have to relook at how I made them. Went through, oh no, some of my axolotls died. That's okay. There was a bunch of them in here. So went through some lush caves, found a bunch of axolotls. Got them up here in their own little pen. And same thing down here. Sea lanterns going up and down the stairs to just what I eventually will put. This probably will get broken down into open sky, but for the time being, it's the gold leaves too. I love the particle effects. Just thought, gave it very, what is it called? Atlantis? Yeah. Atlantis vibes, middle base ocean. And I chose to go with quartz. I thought the white would be a nice complement to this corner. And yeah, so where we are going from here is we're going to go inside and start structurally making the ocean monument into what I would like it to be. And now that will require some extra blocks, but that won't be too big of an issue. I will be needing, oh, hold on. Sorry. My eyes are just watering so bad right now. It takes me a second to see where everything is. Like I said, I don't know if it's I'm still sick or what, but yeah. So we're gonna, I did choose to go with pale oak, you know, to complement the quartz. I think it'll look really nice. On top of the calcite we're gonna be using for the floor. So as you can tell, it's still kind of like dark cornered in here. There's some like weird walling in here, but a lot of this will get broken down and just made into, you know, one base. So I'm pretty sure if I break this down right here, oh, well, okay, hold on. Let me break that down. What's over here? Okay, yeah, there we go. I was like, I know the entrance is here somewhere. So yeah, so we're gonna end up opening all of this up, you know, just kind of going about our day, making it nice and beautiful, just so it's not such a pain to, you know, and a nuisance to build in, because there's no reason it should be this laid out. Now, mind you, for an ocean monument, it's a good layout. For what I want, I don't like it. So we're gonna be breaking down a bunch of these walls, structurally making it just more open. Now, for the flooring, instead of the prismarine, we're going to be going with a block that's the dark prismarine and calcite, I think is what it is. Let me see. Where is it? This one. So dark prismarine and calcite. Super simple. Calcite's found in geodes. And then the dark prismarine is found in ocean monuments. Can I craft that? I don't think I can. Damn, that's gonna be unfortunate. Okay, so from that's gonna mean I'm gonna need a lot, and I mean a lot, of dark prismarine from other ocean monuments, because there isn't a whole lot, as you can tell, within the ocean monuments. Wow, I can almost make that jump. What is that, 2-block jump? That is a 2-block jump. Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna be working on that, building, structurally making this into what we want, as well as furnishing it a little bit. So without further ado, with my nasally congestion, let's get into this jigsaw adventure and furnishing slash reconstructing the inside of the ocean monument. Let's get into it. So after some very, very tedious deconstruction, reconstruction, we started to place the prismarine and calcite, dark prismarine and calcite blocks. So we got this corner completely covered, and I love how it looks. It's a little hard to see because, you know, there's no light. This side does have light. So after some very tedious deconstruction, reconstruction, I did find out more or less ocean monuments are very symmetrical. Now, mind you, the outside and the structure of it are, but the rooms inside aren't always. So it did take a lot of reconstruction. But over here, as you can see, we got the dark prismarine calcite blocks working, and I love how it looks. I think it's going to be an amazing addition to the whole floor everywhere, with the walls being the regular prismarine brick, I think is what that's called, and prismarine. We still got to go through, clean it up a little bit, you know, get the floor up above also done, as well as finish down here. But I just wanted to check in, show you guys some amazing progress I have. We are going to stick with the pale wood and quartz. Love how they accent each other. I mean, it's hard to tell, or it's not necessarily hard to tell, but they blend so nicely together because the stairs are quartz and that's stripped pale oak logs. We're going to place a scion lantern in the back of each of these. And we got this back window, you know, just gotta let in some natural lighting. So it does deconstruct the pyramid on the outside, but I cleaned it up so it still looks nice. And same thing over in this corner. So we got both corners over here finished. This is the entryway. Nothing new here. That's what it looks like on the outside. You know what we gotta do. We gotta put the UNJ, unknown jigsaw, up in the front of it. So we got that going, okay? And I'll show you how it looks on the outside. We'll get we'll stop up here. So I created some trees up here, blended it in, bone mealed it, and then broke the dirt I placed it on, and then filled the log in. So it looks like it blends in a little nicer. And then this is what it looks like on the outside. So not too bad. Still got to go through, get some dirt patched in right there. Did that side already. And yeah, so let's go inside and I'll show you what I love about working with the furniture add-on glass is if I break it, I don't lose it. It's amazing. I think right here, we're going to add in some cornerstone supports, you know, because otherwise this just looks a little funky, a little as if it's not meant to be. We cleaned this out, made it all nice and pretty. And up there, I don't have any blocks. I did clear my inventory. Basically, as you, I don't know if you can hear. Oh no, you probably hear the beacons. There's going to be a soul elevator going up and then a magma elevator bringing us down. That's just that's the nether portal room up there. And that's how we're going to get to and from this place, obviously. We accent this, we're going to. Right now it's quartz, but I do want to make it into the pale oak logs like I did down there. Symmetrical on each side. Yeah, so sorry, I had to check. Symmetrical on each side. And they lead us up to where our bedroom's gonna be. So as you can see, we got our window looking out. Absolutely beautiful. It's gonna be, you know, just some trees out there. Probably, I don't know. I'll figure something else out, you know, just to add to the area. But yeah, so this is gonna be our bedroom. And that's in there where you can still see the elevators going up and down. And because I don't have, ah man, hold on. Let me find, there we go. Break this. Cool. All right. Just for the time being. Thankfully, I have jump boost, so I can actually get up here. So this is going to be the nether portal room. I don't know what all I'm going to end up adding up here, changing it. You know, we'll figure that out as we go. As you can tell, this just drops straight into the room. So we're going to have to figure that out. The flooring and everything, because whatever flooring we do in there, we're going to have to make sure it's consistent amongst the whole ceiling so it looks the same. So that is what we've done so far. And after about 4 hours or so, give or take probably some extra time that I'm not accounting for just because I had to go back and forth, or sorry, had to go back and forth into the nether, fly back home, come back with some resources, mainly like the pale oak, as well as flying to other ocean monuments. What's really nice is this is a short pathway. There's not a whole lot for it just because it's, you know, this is one of the closest ocean monuments to the house. So that's what's really nice is I won't have to work super hard on worrying about that. I think what I'm gonna do is eventually like make this a 3 wide. But yeah, so up here, this is gonna be the amazing bedroom. And it's just gonna look super nice, fleshed out. Lighting, still a lot of work to be done with that, but you know, that's okay. And like I said, same thing, elevators going up. This outlooks the foyer down there, you know, got our grand staircases. And fun fact, let me show you something. Like I said, it's still work in progress. There's still some areas I gotta work on. So as you can tell, this goes straight back up here. Let's see if I can. So I just blocked all this off. So it's part of the ocean monument, but I didn't want to work with it. There was just nothing I really wanted to put up there. So I blocked off those 2 pillars, which from the outside, what you would see is these right here. So these are just blocked off. So on the outside of the ocean monument, they still got that structure. They still got that look. On the inside, there's not gonna be anything in there. So I think it has an absolutely amazing start to it. And it looks absolutely amazing. Like, just think of what this ocean monument was before and now what it is. I think it looks really nice. And like I said, thankfully, how they're created, there's symmetry. You don't have to worry about trying to reconstruct it too much, except for the rooms. So when I first built this, I was like, wait, this isn't even. And then I went up there, counted how far back that went, and then counted how far back that went. I was like, oh, there was 2 rooms up there. There was only 1 room. So, you know, just figuring it out. And the windows, I just love how everything looks. And I think the pale oak and the quartz are going to look amazing together and gives me a use for the new pale oak biomes. Also, you may think I'm dumb for this, but I thought I was tripping through the whole construction of this because I was like, one moment it's more green, one moment it's more blue. I'm just stupid and forgot that prismarine is just, that's just how that block is turns from green to blue, and I completely forgot. So yeah, with how everything is looking, it's a great start. There's a couple other things we're gonna do, and because of how long this took, honestly, I think it's gonna be a shorter video, and it's not gonna be fleshed out to where I said reconstruction and then the furnishing, because now I have to think of how I want each room to look, what I want each room to be. And so this might be more of a 4 to 5 part series base, just simply because of how long that took. So for sure the next part's going to be furnishing the base, and then from there it's probably going to be building some villagers. And what I was thinking is down here we're going to use the ocean monument as the housing. So this area are going to be villager housing, and then out here are their workstations. Now I'll have to play around with it, see how far they can actually span without not registering to a bed, not registering to a workstation. I'll probably just look it up and figure it out. But for how big some villages are and how tedious sometimes it is, I don't see any reason why I can't just have all their workstations built out there. A little blacksmith, a little cartography area, you know, all of that, and then they're housing inside the actual temple, you know, because what else am I going to do with all that empty space? Because hear me out. I was thinking villager housing, making this a pretty big quote unquote village. We go up, this is going to be doored off with a button, iron doors, so they can't access it, because I don't want them getting to my bed. Not that they could. Up here we're going to have the staircases and probably like a little wall to wall this off. And for us, create like a little kitchen, little bathroom area, you know, something like that, work with it. Just kind of play around with the furnishing. Because right here is where you're going to go up to the nether portal room. And then up here being the bedroom, we'll probably put my bed on one side, and same thing, I'll wall this off and wall that off, just so it gives the bedroom its space, or, you know, something like that. We'll figure it out. It's going to be a work of art, but because of that, it's not going to be done in this video, that's for sure. So let me finish a couple reconstruction things, finishing the tiling, at least on this first floor, maybe figuring out the second floor, and we'll go from there. So let's continue on the construction of our base. And here we are with what we will consider part 2 finished of the ocean monument. We just add some extra depth to the front door, you know, give us some more liveliness, gave me space to add lanterns in. So here we will take a step in, and this is our front entrance. We got this wallpaper block from the furniture pack that I decided to use. You'll see why this is pale wood above us. Glass little walkway, you can see the fishy, sea lantern, some seagrass, some extra lily pads also from the furniture pack, these special ones. We're going to take a walk in, and as you can see, a nice beautiful carpeted runway to the stairs going up to the second story. All right, we got our pillars properly placed with sea lanterns going up, I don't know why homeboy's in here. Yeah, this is the guy where I would get like those special lily pads from and everything. It's him, just so you're aware. What was that? Oh, wardrobe. Yeah. Bedrooms, we got the sea lanterns along the walls place, looking beautiful. As you can tell, we got the dark prismarine calcite checkered blocks all nice in place, giving it a beautiful little look. If we were to take out the lantern, you'll see like how dark it is. So eventually what we'll do, we'll go through the floor and create blocks to where, say, this right there. So we'll place a sea lantern there, and then it's surround, and then around is surround. So we'll make it like a blocked pattern with the sea lanterns in the floor as well. We got the trim going all the way around on the top part as well, going all the way, following through. But now it's not also so dark over here. That's what's really nice. Going all the way around the stairs, goes around the windows and everything. So eventually we'll do that up there as well. but I don't know what floor I want that to be yet either. And I think that's actually the top of the ocean monument, so we probably won't touch that. As you can tell, that's oak wood, and we'll get to why in a second. So that's this. Down here, it's beautiful. We got the grass placed out there. It's gonna be a nice area to build in. So we're gonna make our way up. Got the iron doors placed with the frames. Pale oak to accent. I still do got to do the second floor's trim. Haven't done that yet. Haven't gotten that far yet. It's okay. You know, it's a work in progress. The lanterns are more or less placed though. So for the time being, we can break this off. And right here, I chose to create a little wall because up here is the bedroom floor, which I chose to go with all pale wood. And that's why you see it out there as well. So we'll get to that. Still got to go through, figure out a flooring for up here. Haven't done that yet. So, you know, we haven't gone that far in. There's still a lot more work to do. Same thing. Sorry, I'm just breaking all these excess torches now that I don't really need them. Same thing on this side, a wall going down. And we also do have to go through and edit some of the corners as well, like you saw down there at the sea lanterns. This is where the room that goes up and down to our nether portal will be. So it looks really pretty. So we're gonna take a trip up this first. Chose to go with the pale oak, you know, just gotta keep it in, keep it around. And as you can tell, I've actually been doing more pale wood than quartz. So we'll maybe do like this whole floor in quartz or something. Who knows? So we'll go up, boom, nether portal room, and I haven't done anything else up here yet. This was it. Beacons are right up above, that's why you can hear them. And then so that's up and that goes down. Easy peasy, just like that. Isn't that amazing? So now we'll take a trip up the stairs to our bedroom that once again also is not furnished, but the flooring is 100% done. The lighting 100% done. And like I said, I think right now it's lanterns, but I'll probably take those out and do sea lanterns throughout the floor, checkered pattern again. Just because it's a big open space, there is a lot of dark space in here. This looks out to the thing. You can kind of see who's going up if you're quick enough. And out here, we got some moss carpet is what this is. So thought it was fun. It kind of mimics grass. So you have your trees out here. Got lanterns on the fence line. And then I didn't have to worry about breaking below me the prismarine. So right below us is that entrance to the foyer with the stairs going up. That's what's right there. Got a little 3D texture going on with this. We got our lanterns for the entrance. And I just love this little patio look, you know. Got it fenced off right there so it doesn't go out too far. And the moss carpet just gives you grass without it looking like crap underneath. Still keeping with the prismarine blocks and the overall integrity of the temple. And then up here, we'll probably do that trim as well underneath the blocks with the dark, the prismarine brick or whatever it's called. I'm not 100% sure. And that is what we have so far. So as you can tell, there's still some areas we got to work on, still some things we got to take care of. But for the most part, we are finished. And isn't that amazing? Oh, I'm dumb. We're going to do this. Let me jump boost. Boom. Because I forgot to place the buttons. So I will have to do that as well. But for this Jigsaw adventure, that's going to be it for today's video. If you are liking, enjoying the series, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notifications when I upload. I know it's been a couple weeks. I fair warned you guys that it was going to be a couple weeks because you can see how much I had to do to shape this out. And it's just crazy that all it takes is one glass breaking basically and water just floods in. Isn't that crazy to think about? But that's why it took me a couple weeks. I didn't want to do any of this on camera. I didn't want to have to, or sorry, not even just camera, just like recording, you know. I didn't want to have to record a 5-hour long video to edit all this, which is low-key like kind of what I did today with the structural integrity of the ocean monument. But that will be it for today's video. As always, my name is Unknown Jigsaw, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Embrace the unknown.